Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah. Can you see the next picture?
As a matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, yes.
Yes.
Guy in the middle
Okay.
looks pretty good.
Okay. So this was the good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to celebrate the publication of the Canaanite, our final report at the water system of Tel Gezer, the Canaanite water system at Gezer. As you can see, this is the book. It's have 325 pages. Its weight 1.4 kilogram, very heavy, with a hard cover, and really we are very happy about it. So our program is going to be like that. I will show a very short presentation. Of course, I'm not going into details of the book, just in general. And then after me, I will ask Ms. Rotem Yadlin. She's the head of the Gezer Regional Council. And then other colleague of mine from the archaeological expedition will have the floor to speak. And the last speaker before we open the floor will be Dr. Alon Shavit from Ariel Publication. And then other contributors will have the floor if they want. And also then we will open the floor for questions or remarks from all the participants. So this is the invitation, and I want to show you that the beginning was, can you see now the picture with the 7 people? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. I am very happy that you can see it. So the beginning was 2 years before 210. It's minute 200, 2000, sorry, 2000, 2008. Uh, is it, Corey, is it possible to close the microphone? Everybody, please. Can everybody close the microphone? There are background sounds. Okay, so the beginning was at 2008 when 3 people, I didn't know them, Dan Werner, can you see my cursor? Can you see it? The
Yes.
cursor? Dan
Yep.
Werner, Jim Parker, and Dennis Cole appear in front of me at Tel Gezer and said, we want to excavate the water system. I said, okay, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after 1 year, they said, okay, we arrange everything except the license from IAA. I said, okay, I think I can arrange the license from IAA. And I spoke to Gidon Avni. I just saw it. He's with us here, just enter. And I said, okay, if I'm arranging the license, we will make a joint expedition. And in 2010, the first season, and the first day, we are standing on the tail. Also with us was Chagi Yochanan. You can see it. You can see him on the right side. He was also co-director in the first year. And I asked them at the first day, what do you think about the dating of the water system? And just to let you know that 10 years before I wrote my PhD dissertation, and I wrote MB2B, but most of the Israeli archaeologists were thinking it's Iron Age, and all 3 of them said MB2B. I said, wow, I'm very happy that we are going to begin the excavation that everybody agreed, at least for the dating. So I think this was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But this is not the first time that somebody said it. It was also in the movie Casablanca in 1942. And I hope we can show it now to you.
Okay.
I think this is the
זום,
beginning of a
שואו.
beautiful friendship.
את יכולה לשים מיוט כדי שלא
רגע,
ישמעו.
מה כתוב פה?
תעשי בלוק.
I hope you could see it. No, I made
תלחצי
a
על
mistake.
מיוט.
אני לא רואה את
Oh.
המיוט
Yes.
הזה עכשיו.
Did you see it?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
צד
Okay.
שמאל למטה.
What happened now?
אבל אז הוא לא...
I have to do some. Wait a minute. Something get wrong. I, oh. I, I have to share again the screen, but it's not moving. Why? Wait a minute, sorry. Okay, I hope now it will work. I don't know what happened. Let me see. Okay, I think now it's okay. Can you see this picture now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so these are 2 pages from the book, page 15 and page 17. And can you see it? The pictures, 4 pictures? Yeah, okay. So the picture on the right side is Don Werner inside the water system before we begin working, and after it was blocked after McAllister work. And the picture below show us the end of the excavation with the beautiful steps. On the way to the final excavation there, we found the water table, some water at the bottom, because this water system uses a spring. There was a water table there, but the most important thing was this white floor that you can see it on the picture on the left at the bottom. This was the causeway that McAllister put when he had a mud. So after we broke this causeway below this white pavement, let's say, we found mud, but with material or artifacts from one period. And we understand that we are below the excavation of McAllister, and when he made this causeway, he left for us a, a strata that it clean and clear. So that was the reason that I asked my friend Eli and I to join us to the expedition. I think he joined us on 2013, and we found a lot of pottery that could be dated to the late Bronze 2B, like Cypriot pottery and also local pottery. So this help us, of course, for dating the water system to period that was earlier than the LB2B. It means to the MB2B. To understand clearly the area surrounding, we excavate or we make soundings, let's say, in 2 areas, area C and area D. In area C, we excavate what we call the intramural complex that was excavated before by Diver and Seeger. And over here, we found most beautiful finds. Oh, can you close the microphone? Somebody? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kessener, Paul Kessener, from Netherlands, the first one from Europe. Thank you for coming. So we found here the hoard, and area D was the gate. So in both areas, we found the MB2B strata, and we found like Ellie found like 6 different phases. The most important, the most beautiful finds were from the hoard. The hoard was in this ball that is called Pixies, and inside were all these artifacts that you can see here, silver things like a pendant from with a star symbol, the 8 horns, and the symbol of the god moon Sin. And when we we gave to the media the information in Hebrew, the Jerusalem Post, we are going to translate it, and they translate and the God Moon China instead of Sin. That was funny. Also, this, of course, scarab with a golden frame. So here you can see how it is appear in the book from page 212 and 213. We had 5 goals in our excavation: gaining a better understanding of the system design and function. We already have it. Comparing this system to other founds in Israel and ancient Near East, we have a chapter about it. Dating the water system, we did it. Seeking an exit from the system, we didn't find any other exit, the same as Reich and Shukron didn't find. And the most important goal, even it's not professional and not scientific, it's opening the system to the public. And you can see on the right picture how we arrange the beautiful steps that going down to the bottom of the water system. The book was written by all the directors of the excavation, me and Daniel Werner, Eli and I, Jim Parker and Dennis Cole. And also we have 14 contributors, which some of them are in this Zoom meeting. Also, we have many other people who work with us. A name appear here. Eitan Alon was scientific editor, Miriam was the translator, Nurit Rosenfeld was the layout, and other people with a lot of this. The list is very, very big, and I'm not going to mention everybody, but I thank all the people who work with us on this publication. The book have 10 chapters. The first one is geographical and historical background, historical and archaeological background by Jim Parker, Dennis, and me. The second chapter is the water system by Daniel Werner, Jim Parker, and Yossi Yechieli. The other 3 chapters by Eli and I, the pottery of area A and B, the pottery of area C and D, and also the stratigraphy of area C and D with appendix by Chet Roden. Chapter 6 is the silver hoard by Irit Zipper. Thanks you, Irit, and small artifacts by Ido Koch, thank you, and Eitan Ayalon, and also a chapter by Madada Ricci from Boston about the early alphabetic ostracon from Gezer. The faunal remains were by Ronnie Zuckerman and Guy Baroz. The radiocarbon dating by Lindell Webster. Discussion and conclusion by Eli and I and me, and the list of loci by Daniel Werner. So some conclusions. McAllister did a good job, and he was almost correct in dating of the water system and surrounds. This is the largest Canaanite water system in the world up to now. Almost 1,200 cubic meter of rocks was cut. This kind of water system was a local invention and the first of its kind and size in the world. We are happy that all the 5 goals that I mentioned before were gained, and the excavation of the water system were amazing 9 seasons of cooperation and success. As I said, it was a beautiful, the beginning of a beautiful friendship. This is pictures that all the expedition used to do, and I want to thank my partners, the contributors, the participants, the volunteers, New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, and I want especially to thank Dr. Jim Parker, that he was the man who arranged the most of the thing, but also, of course, Dan Werner and Dennis Cole, and also the budget. And just to let you know that I calculated the budget of New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary along all the season was more than 8 million shekels. Israeli National Parks Authority and Israel Antiquities Authority, and especially Gidon Avni, who was our partner and helped us for gaining the license. Ariel Publication make a beautiful book, and of course Gezer Regional Council, which the Tel Gezer is in the area of the Regional Council, and the Regional Council help us a lot, especially after Rotem Yadlin is the mayor now. So, as I said, Rotem Yadlin, she will talk soon. She is the mayor of the Regional Council, and on the I want to tell you a secret that in the months of the summer, June, July, and August, the rays of the sun entering until the bottom of the water system. And on the 1st of June 2020, Rotem, me and other people, we were uh, we went down to see the sun rays, the sun entering inside the water system. You can see the steps here are still of wood because this was a pilot to the steps of the metal steps. So this is another picture which took a year or 2 years later. And in the 25th of 11, 2021, we had an opening ceremony to open these steps for the public. And in the picture is Shaul Goldstein, the former General Director of Israel Nature and Parks Authority. Zvika Hauser, he was at that time in the office of the Prime Minister, and he was the head, he arranged the money from the Heritage Department, Rotem Yadlin, and me with a shirt of New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. So I want to thank everybody, and I would like to ask now Rotem to speak. Rotem, please.
Thank you, Tzvika, and thank you for this wonderful gathering. You can take off the picture so I can get to see everyone. So hi to whoever doesn't know me. My name is Rotem Yadlin. I'm the mayor of Gezer Regional Council, called after the ancient city of Gezer. Actually, Tel Gezer is my childhood playground. My parents live really not far away from Tel Gezer, and all my best dates in high school were there, including a good friend that fell from her bicycle. Luckily, it wasn't the water system as it is today, only a third before before you guys digged in. So she was taking out the helicopter and she's okay. Um, but becoming the mayor of Gezer, I knew one of my first priorities will be to make Tel Gezer the great city it should be. And thanks for your help, we were able to open the water system. And since November 2021, many more people come to visit Tel Gezer and come see the water system, including a little fight between the next by village that did not want people to come by, but we managed that as well. And then in 2022, on July 4th, there was a big fire that took out 80% of Tel Gezer. You know, it's not the first fire in Tel Gezer. There is one talked about in the Bible itself. But actually, sometimes from bad things, good things happened. We were able to bring more money to Tel Gezer from the Israeli government. And Zvika was talking about next month, we'll be opening the site after renovation that took place all over Tel Gezer, allowing more people to come and visit, including a very big terrace overlooking the Shpela area all the way to Tel Aviv, and including something that is very exciting to me. We made an accessible paveway. Lily, can we mute? We made an accessible paveway because, as all of you probably know, it's been now a year and 8 months of a war. A lot of soldiers lost their legs or their hands, and now there are three trails on Tel Gezer, and the first one that brings to the water system is fully accessible. So anyone, even with disabilities, can come and visit Tel Gezer. So we're also very proud about that. So thank you everyone for being part of this place that means so much to the people of Gezer. And on behalf of them, I thank you here tonight.
Thank you, Rotem. just to let you know that Rotem, she is doing now, she begin now the second cadention of her, of the air position. And as far as I know from many of the inhabitants, she is doing very well, including changing the road to Tel Gezer, which is not entering by the nearby settlement Karmei Yosef, so everybody can go on an open road to Tel Gezer. So now I want to share again uh, my video, and Dr. Jim Parker couldn't join us because exactly now is
שביט אלון או אלון שביט?
Alon Shavit. Jim, Alon. Jim Parker is his wife is having exactly now a surgery, so we wish her full success in the surgery and many health. So I think I can. I'm not sure.
My name is Jim Parker, one of the directors of the excavation of the ancient water system at Tel Gezer. It's my great privilege to greet you today and express my deep appreciation for all that are in attendance. My wife's having surgery today, so I'm not able to be there with you. We're greatly pleased to have published the Canaanite water system at Gezer, the final report for the excavation project that included planning beginning in 2008 and 9 and excavations from 2010 through 2018. This final report would have never been published except for the tireless work of Svika Suk. Svika organized and led us throughout the project, ultimately bringing us to this finished product. We would never have arrived to this place apart from his unwavering dedication and his passion to see it completed. Today, from me and from all the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary team, Svika, we thank you with nothing but heartfelt gratitude for your contributions as an archaeologist, scholar, leader, but most of all, a great friend. Again, thank you one and all for attending the celebration with us today. God bless Israel and God bless America.
Thank you very much, Jim. As a matter of fact, Jim, if he wouldn't come to excavate the site to convince me with his friends, nothing was happened. Nothing should happen. Nothing couldn't be happened in the water system, and I think that the water system is the sherry of the site. And without this, the development of the site should be different than it's now. So, many thanks to Jim Parker. Our other colleagues is Dan Werner. Dan Werner, was the archaeologist from the USA side. And Dan, if you want to say some word, the floor is yours. You have to open your microphone.
Thank you, Suka. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, yeah, I've heard about a lot of you people, and so it's good to put a face with some of the articles that are written in the book. I mean, I remember the day Svika came to the camp. We sat down around, sitting on little chairs, and I was facing Svika, and we're talking about the water system project and how it should go. And he asked me outright, "Why should we dig this?" And of course, the reasons that were stated at the beginning of the lecture by Svika were some of my ideas as well in relationship to opening it up to the public and also clarifying some key issues, which we've seen at Gezer, a continuation of solving many puzzles. And this water system, of course, was closed after McAllister left, and for over 120 years, it sat there. No one touched it. In fact, Bar Magazine offered $500 to anybody that would take on the project of clearing the water system. We're still waiting for that $500, by the way, Svika. But I remember the challenge Bar Magazine put out. But I'm excited about the publications, just having a chance to put it all together and see it. We've solved one of the key issues, although there are other still unanswered questions. Specifically, when you get down to the bottom of the water system, there's a part back there I wish we could have taken out. It still goes back further. I had my crew down there, and we sunk a crowbar back over a meter and a half, and it still was going back in. So how far back that second cavern or pool opens up, I don't know. But I guess that's just how archaeology goes. But I'm excited about the publications. I think we got one of the best descriptions going on in relationship to opening up the areas and the relationships between the upper structures, the massive gate, the intramural rooms, and the massive tower. I was always our firm belief that all of them were connected, and I think Ellie has done that with the pottery analysis. So you want to read that very carefully. And I'm also excited about the chapter on the hydrology. Boy, our friend Joseph has pulled together, and his colleagues have pulled together a good amount of bibliography in a study of the northern part of the Shwela and the waters and how the water works. I thought it was very fascinating. Even though all the time we dug at Gezer, we had minimal water at the bottom, enough to cover your top of your shoe. Well, we never had the so much water as talked about in McAllister's book. Although Svika, what you showed beginning of the slide, had a pool full of water, but I think you said that was mainly rainwater. But nonetheless, and then the article on the pendant and the hoard that was found, I thought it was excellent. Again, a massive bibliography, pulling together a lot of different ideas and concepts about the eight-pointed star and the crescent moon. Brilliantly done. Yeah, our friend Eri,
Iri Zipper.
excellent work. So I'm proud to present the book. Obviously, like I said, we got down to the bottom and had to face the same issues that McAllister faced. He wanted to get out of the upper cavern, didn't want to clear it all out because the roof was too rotten, and we encountered the same thing. Kind of ironic, isn't it? How things work and repeat themselves. But anyway, appreciate everybody's work, and it's been a pleasure. I had a chance to present this to the University of Valencia. We had an attendance of about, I don't know, 100 or so, 150 people, and try to get them excited about other projects in Israel. But appreciate everybody participating and helping us out in this final publication. Glad to present it to the people, and trust it goes well. Thanks, Fika, for all your help as well. It's been a joy working with you.
Thank you, Dan. You know, usually you have to leave something from the next generation. So we left some 2 meters at the bottom for the
A little
next
bit.
generation. Our
Yeah.
next speaker, if you want, it's Eli and I. By the way, his idea to make this Zoom meeting, Eli and I suggest me to make this Zoom meeting. Eli, do you want to say something, Eli?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes.
I just want to thanks for the opportunity to work on the Gezer stuff. Pottery, we have two goals. One was to date at the day when the causeway was out of use and when they build it. And those questions where the pottery answer, the field is LB, and the creation, if I can say it, it's MB2B for sure. And that is the very, very important information in the goal of these excavations. Thank you very much for the stuff.
Thank you, Eli. And our last co-director, Dennis Cole.
Yes. And by the way, I was just texting with Jim Parker. Donna's surgery is complete, and the doctor says it's very successful. So that's good news
Yeah.
from Jim. Yeah. So I was thinking as Rotem was sharing a few minutes ago of my first visit to Gezer was with a small group uh, studying in Israel for the summer of 1974, worked at Beersheba. But I still remember my first visit to Tel Gezer, and I have this amazing picture looking out the 10th century gate, looking at the hill that is now Karmi Yosef. It was an empty hill in 1974. But that was my introduction to Israel in 1974, more than 50 years ago. That just means I'm an old man.
I would love to get that picture.
Yeah. I can easily send it to you. I have it
Thank
digital.
you.
Send
We
it to
didn't
me and
have digital in
I will deliver.
1974.
I will deliver it.
Anyhow, just again, as Svika introduced, a great friendship that developed uh, between our partnership with the IAA and with the Nature and Parks Authority, and especially Svika Suk, who was one of the driving forces for the origin that and the engineering skills of Jim Parker that enabled us to do something. The first couple of days were looking disastrous. Our crane people from Avi Crane, one of the largest in Israel, didn't understand how the system had to work in order to excavate it. But we ran into this interesting guy, Asi Gino, longtime Israeli family, and long before 1948. But with him, we were able to construct the machinery that enabled us to do the project. But the partnership with the leadership and Met and Hagi Yochanan and wonderful friendship that we developed over these years. And then to see the fruition of this project after these hard digging years and some interesting inventions as to how to do water sifting of pottery and so forth that were inventions by Ossie and company. But then the contributions of so many of you in the more technical analysis of the finds of Tel Gezer. I had just reread a couple of nights ago Lindell's article on Tel Gezer, outstanding contribution to our work in the carbon 14 testing, and her work there is just marvelous. But I remember seeing in a visit, I guess it was 2017, when Irit had completed the work on um, the what do you call it, the foundation deposit there in at the dig, that the star and horns and the little uh, pyxis that held it. Marvelous work, beautiful job on those. But again, I thank you and all of you that we're able to meet over the years, from David Sell to Michael to so many friends, and working with Koki on food supply as well. I did a lot of logistics, which I actually started doing with Steve Ortiz in '06 when we began the Gezer excavation project under New Orleans Seminary. And they are working diligently now to complete their Gezer publication. So look forward to that. But thank you all for your friendship and your immense contributions to this publication.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you,
אלי,
Dennis.
המסך שלך קופץ כל הזמן, כתוב, אלי מדבר כל הזמן. אם אתה יכול לסגור את המיקרופון, אני אודה לך. And now our last speaker is Alon Shavit. Alon Shavit is from the Israeli Archaeological
Israeli
Institute.
Institute of Archaeology.
Yeah, and so you can take the floor, Alon.
Okay, רק
Just a minute. A year ago, almost a year ago, Jim, Parker, Eli, and I, and me, we had a meeting with Alon. At that time, they took the responsibility for Ariel publication, which was a friendly publication of traveling books, and they took it and make it the same part of its scientific publication. And when we had the agreement, we were very happy about it. And at the last phase, Nirit Kedem, which she is in our audience here, she took the responsibility for the last work of the publication. And I'm very happy, and I want to thank you very much for this work. Alon, please.
Thank you.
a word of administration in Hebrew. צביקה, אני חושב שאלי לא יכול לסגור את המיקרופון. גם כשאני מנסה זה קופץ ונדלק שוב. צריך שמי שמנהל את השיחה ינסה, אם לא אז זה אבוד. אם יש
תגיד
לך
באנגלית,
יכולת ליצור קשר עם מי שמנהל את השיחה שהוא יוציא את אלי מהרשימה של הדוברים, ואז הוא יוכל לסגור את המיקרופון. Now
Corey,
back to English.
just a minute. Corey, can you close the microphone of Eli because he's jumping all the time? Okay, Alon, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, warm greeting to everybody, and of course, especially to Jim, Zvika, and all other contributors of this report, new book. I will start with a personal point of view, with your permission. My connection with Tel Gezer began 35 years ago when I conducted a survey at the Ayalon Valley and the environments focusing on the Bronze and Iron Ages. Parallel to this, I spent many hours in discussions with Eli and I, who was dealing in his PhD thesis also with the fortification of Tel Gezer, and we have a very interesting talks about the interpretation of the results of diverse expedition and reports. The findings of the survey were quite significant and add some new insights to the history of Tel Gezer. And it's quite surprising because the Tel was under research about 90 years prior to my survey. But unfortunately, scholars have concentrated only in intermural research, which means they didn't went out of the walls of the site and neglected the surrounding area. That was the reason they didn't understood mainly not only the geographic and nature around the Tel, they didn't understood the settlement patterns through the history of this area. Tel Gezer stands out among biblical mounds in the region. The Middle Bronze Age high place, to my opinion, is unparalleled to any other ancient Near East Tel. Additionally, most of us know the boundary of Gezer inscriptions, which are a unique phenomenon. My survey revealed a very unique phenomenon, which was expressed by a few, quite many satellite sites of the Tel that were existed in a radius of not more than a kilometer from the Tel walls. And this is a very unique phenomenon you cannot find in any other major Tel in Israel, and I'm quite sure you will not find such a phenomenon in other Tels in the ancient Near East. Some of those satellites persist even when Gezer was abandoned, which makes this phenomenon more unique. All those findings suggest that Gezer ancient inhabitants deviate from prevailing cultural trends, showcasing a non-conformist character of those inhabitants. As a citizen of the Gezer Regional Council, I may suggest that those citizens are still non-conformist, and I'm quite sure that Rotem can approve it. It means that the roots of those behaviors or characters are some 4,000 years ago or even more than this. Despite all the above, I was quite skeptical about dating Gezer water system to Bronze Age. I knew about the Jerusalem water system, the Worn Shaft, but still I thought that the characters of this shaft is completely different than most of the rest of the water systems all over the country. And I was one of many that believed that this water system should be dated to the Iron Age too. However, Zvika with whom I discussed this matter and insisted that Gezer water system originated to the Middle Bronze Age, and he said it a long time before he started this excavation. And apparently the excavation results have convincingly supported Zvika's thesis, and now I understand he was not alone in this thesis. I do admit that I was skeptic. The Israeli Institute of Archaeology engaged in various archaeological activities, including salvage excavations, development of heritage sites, and logistic support for both local and international archaeological expeditions. We are working with many expeditions in all the universities in the country and many others out of the country. 2.5 years ago, we took responsibility for the Ariel publishing house. Despite this challenge, which is not a simple challenge, to maintain a niche publishing house, we were committed to do this work and to maintain the legacy of the late Eli Schiller, who had published hundreds of books on the heritage of the land of Israel. We couldn't let this publishing house to just die, since no any official or public institution could take the responsibility on this publishing house, and we decided we must do it. We have since expanded our repertoire and included the scientific publication. And when Jim and Zvika approached us and asked us to publish their excavation report, we were embracing the opportunity. We took great pride in the quality and presentation of the final publication. And I wish to thank especially the leaders of this work on our behalf. And the first of all should be Nurit, our graphic designer, that to my opinion and also to Zvika and Jim opinion made a great job. It was very active and made a very fruitful dialogue with the writers to contribute to the final publication. Nirit, which is with us, she is our publication coordinator, made a very meticulous review and caught errors even after Jim and Zvika worked on this manuscript many times and missed some of those errors. And of course, we should thank Rina, who also contributed significantly to the project from the beginning till the end. In conclusion, since I'm very involved in historical motivation to promote Tel Gezer, and I know about the dance that we've been announced on just lately in this meeting, I urge decision makers, and Rotem should be the voice of it, in Israel to recognize the profound significance of Tel Gezer and to take proactive steps to develop it into a central heritage site in the tourism the map of Israel. And I know that site is improving itself in the last years, but it's still far from being a major site in the tourism map of Israel, and it should be. So thank you all, and all the best to Zvika, Jim, and the partners.
Thank you very much, Alon. As you see here, we have like half of the contributors, and I promise that all the contributors will have the book. I am keeping books for everybody who wrote an article, including Rebecca Vital, that she's from Shankar Institute, and they made a special plan of this book. Also, we have here Steve Ortiz that was excavating Tel Gezer before us from 2005, I think. And we cooperate very much with him because he was at first from the New Orleans and then he moved to Texas. So now I am opening the floor for everybody who want to say something, to say remarks, uh, please, but please be shortly. Also, I want to thank here Gary Myers, which make a lot of. He was one of the supervisor of the excavation, and he makes some designs in the book. And Chet Roden, who was also one of the supervisor, and of course Hagi Yohanan that I mentioned him before was co-director in the first season. So now the floor is open. Who want to speak first? Say some words. Yes, Gary Myers, you can open your microphone.
Yes. I just wanted to thank you, Svika and Ellie, for your diligence with this project and just your willingness to teach us at New Orleans how to better dig and how to process things. I personally have benefited from your investment, and it's a pleasure to be a part of a site like Gezer. And and I agree with Alon. We have to get this uh, more attention. It is such a wonderful site. But I just wanted to personally thank you two for your investment in my life and looking forward to seeing you in a month or so.
Thank you, Gary. Who wants? Yes, Steve. Steve Ortiz. Open your microphone. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, congratulations. I want to thank everybody for this publication and the work there. Uh, I was what do you call it, the matchmaker, this marriage between New Orleans and Tzvika. He first approached me. Naturally, Dennis, I should thank Dennis because he employed me. And so he gave me my first job there at New Orleans. And we started the Gezer project under New Orleans. The first license was under New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. Katrina came and took me to Texas, and I went to a new place, but we were still a team together. And when Zvika came, I said New Orleans would be great for this project. By then, they hired Jim Parker. He knew stuff about mining, and I said, this is the perfect team. And so it's great to see the work they did. I'm kind of jealous because whenever I tell people I'm the director of Gezer, they always go like, "Oh, the water system." And I say, no, that's the other guys. It's the other people there. But Zvika, this looks great. I just kind of saw uh, the title page and everything, all the contributions, and it's amazing for just a hole in the ground what a scientific job you all did, and bringing out all the data for Gezer. And I think it's going to be a major contribution for the hydrology of the Southern Levant. And congratulations to the whole team and Ariel for publishing it.
Thank you, Steve. Now I know I owe you the beginning.
Okay. I'll come to collect this summer.
Okay. Yes, Hagi. Open your microphone.
I'll open my mic so I can talk. It's been a pleasure to work with you for the first 4 seasons. Amazing. And I'm still missing the Dan Warner lifesavers as we were digging inside the tunnel, cramped and breathing heavily. So, yeah, you still work with the lifesavers. Amazingly, we managed to do our first days over there and create something great. Very beautiful friendship. I think we all enjoyed our days in Tel Gezer. And still, as I'm guiding in Tel Gezer till these days, I'm very emotional about our excavation in Tel Gezer. And as you see, I'm visiting a lot at the Tel, and I see the development and the development of the Tel. It should be one of the major sites in Israel, and I think it's going to be on the same level. Proceeding when you'll open the tail once again. I always get questions from tour guides about when you're gonna open the tail. So I have to tell them that I'm not working anymore in the Nature and Park Authority. But nowadays we are waiting, and we're waiting to see what happened with the tail. So thank you, everybody. It was an amazing experience.
Thank you, Hagi. It's 8th of June, but it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Okay? After 8th of June, 9th of June, you can come there. And Hagi help us with the first 3 days when we didn't have any crane, and we brought some, I think, workers from Eritrea, I think.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was workers from Eritrea, but the first day, as Dennis mentioned, knowing the Israeli mentality, I was skeptical about the crane that
Asi.
Jim has ordered. He
Yeah.
ordered the crane, and I knew that we weren't gonna get the same one that he was applying to. So I was very skeptical about it, and as I saw the crane in Karmei Yosef going to the field, I started to call it off because this is not what we expected.
Exactly.
And Israeli mentality always win. We managed to block him and leave him, take workers, and then we found Asi through one of our wonderful workers that he passed away, Morris Schricker. He made the connection. I was calling him on the spot, told him that we are in trouble. We need something. We have volunteers in the field, and everything since then started to come together to a wonderful friendship.
And it's mentioned in the final report. You will see it. And within 2 days, I'm going to meet you and to give you the book.
Thank you.
Okay. Who else?
Just
Anybody?
another comment. Those were amazing couple of days, and then meeting up with Ossie. But you don't often see Jim Parker mad, angry. But when they showed up with the crane that they had, he was immensely angry and basically ordered them off the tail. It was crazy, but the meeting up with Ossie and company and the assembly of this telescopic crane with the cantilever on it was an amazing accomplishment. But I also want to thank all the volunteers. I'm looking around at some like Erica, who came for many seasons, and Andrea, and many others who came for so many seasons, like Larry Canada. Uh, you know, without them, those many cubic meters of debris out of the bottom of the tunnel would not have been removed. So thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Dennis. My friend Klaus Gravage has joined us. I think you miss an hour, but we record it, so I will send you the link for the recording because we
Oh, thank
begin
you
one
very
hour.
much.
Yeah, we begin 1 hour ago. Klaus Greve is amazing scholar who work on aqueducts in Europe. He's from Germany, and we are good friends. Uh, Anybody else? Kochi, you wanted to say something? Yes, Kochi, Kochava. Open your mic. Mic. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
Okay. Can
Now
you
we
hear
hear.
me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So the first time Tzvika told me, come to Neve Shalom, Jim came to Israel. And I said, what are you talking about? I was a Tzvika assistant in the archaeology department. And then I said, well, he said, come to Neve Shalom to dinner. I said, well, yeah, I don't feel comfortable, and come on. And he said, well, it's Jim Parker. And I said, okay. And I came and I met Jim and Dennis and Dan. And it was from the beginning so lovely. And then when they start digging in Tel Gezer, I came sometimes to help them, and I saw how many money they spent for nothing in sorry to say, in Carmel Yosef, a grocery. And then I said, figure out, come on, they spend so much money. It's not economic. And then after, I think 2 years, I asked to talk to Jim. And then I told him, I want to help you. I want to volunteer and help you to make your economy right. There is no reason you buy everything in Carmel Yosef and spend more than 10,000 a month okay. And he said, well, Denise, he's arranged. Denise, do you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I said, well, I'm going to hurt nobody. I just want to help. And then I'm sorry that your father, got a heart attack like few days after or what. And then Jim called me and said, are you still keep your order? You keep your offer? And I said, of course. And he said, well, then he's have to go back to the USA. And I said, well, I'm coming to help you. And then I came and I did my best. And I met wonderful people, to say the truth, okay? And so far, it makes good. And so far, I'm with you. And well, Denise saw the bills, I think 3 or 4 years later, and said, what did you say to Jim? Well, she really saved us money.
Yep.
So I
Indeed.
really appreciate it. I'm not talking from proud. I'm talking for appreciate, to be part of it. I'm really glad that I met all of you. And Zvika, thank you. Real thank you.
Yeah.
To give me the chance to be free in my world and talk to you and work with you. And this is the right time to thank you. And then, do you hear me, Dan? No.
Yes, Cookie, I can hear you.
Thank you for everything.
It
For
was
you
nice.
and Carol. By the
Yeah.
time I've been with you, I appreciate it.
Well, I hope it's not the last. Come on over again.
Okay, honey. I'll do it.
Anytime.
Okay,
Okay. I let you know. Thank you all.
somebody wants to say anything more? If not, I'm closing the meeting, the ceremony meeting, and I'm thank you, everybody. We record it, and if somebody wants, please call me, send me a WhatsApp or email, and I will send you the link of this recording. Thank you, Corey, for recording it and helping me, and also Amy for helping me, and all the other participants. I really appreciate your participation in this meeting. Good evening in Israel, good noon time in United States,
Bye,
and
everybody. See you
good
soon.
afternoon in
Bye-bye.
Soon, very soon. See you.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
All
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Bye. Love
Bye-bye.
you.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
מזל טוב, צביקה.
תודה, מי זה?
ערב טוב.
מי אומר את זה?
ביי, בהצלחה.
ביי.
להתראות.
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 ביי ביי.
Klaus, I'm very happy to see you.
תודה רבה, צביקה.
Yes, I'm sorry that I am so late, but I was on another meeting and it was too late for me.
Yeah, I just learned